Okay, so I have a story time. Okay, so I was at the mall, right? Because I was going back to school shopping, and we were in the checkout, and the cashier, he was like a teenager, he was like 16. He he asked my dad if he played football. My dad said no, and then when we got up there, he was like, "I'm a football player," and started talking about how like he was like a sophomore, and how like all his football games, and then he said that he has a football game and stuff. And then he started talking about homecoming and stuff. And then, in front of my parents, he asked me if I wanted to go to his game and go to homecoming with him. This was all in front of my parents. Like, no joke. And then he gave me his number on the receipt. And then, like... and then he was like, "You're blushing." And I'm like, "Oh." And in front of my parents. like...
Okay, so I had this boyfriend, and we were hanging out yesterday, and we were sitting down at the mall, and I looked down at his phone, and he's texting a girl, and the girl's name was the name of his ex. So I asked him, who is that? He said, "Oh, it's my ex." I said, "I thought you hated her. Are you texting her?" He said, "Yeah." And he said, "Funny enough, I think I still have feelings for her." I said, you have feelings for her. And so I got up and left. And as I left, I fell down. And he grabbed my leg and started pulling me, just like I'm pulling your leg right now.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Yeah, who's the clown now?
Love you. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Story time. So when I was like 6 or 7, I went to Walmart with my dad. This Walmart was like 30 minutes away from my hometown. I live in upstate New York, by the way. But in this Walmart, they used to have, I don't know if they still have them. I'm 18 now, so it's been a while. I never noticed them anymore, but they used to have the posters of the kids that have been kidnapped in that Walmart. That used to freak me out so much because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get stolen. But anyways, my dad's in the hardware section. I'm like standing with him, but I really have to go to the bathroom. And it's like 2 seconds away, so he's like, you can just go. So I go to the bathroom, I come back, and my dad's no longer in the aisle that he was in before. But then I remember, okay, well, he had to buy towels too, so like, I'm gonna go over to the towel section, which is so far away from the hardware section. My 7-year-old ass is just walking around Walmart, lost as hell, and so I start screaming dad, and like, bloody murder screaming dad in the middle of Walmart. This dude that looked like he was in like his 20s was like, "Hey, do you want me to help you find your dad?" And I was like, yeah, of course. Like for part 2.
Story time! So yesterday my friends and I all went to the fair, and there were 6 of us in total. And none of us wanted to have to worry about driving there and parking, so we just Ubered instead. So we left the fair around 11:15, and we walked to a nearby shopping center where the Uber picked us up about 10 minutes late. We ended up leaving at 11:30. We get in the Uber, the man says hello, and we head home the normal way. Everything's fine. And my parents don't like when I Uber, so they were tracking me on Life 360 from the moment I got in the car. After about 10 minutes in, I get a text from my mom, and it said, "Where are you?" I look up from my phone, and I realize I have no idea where we are, and Ubers know their directions, they know how to take you home. We were 20 minutes out of the way. So I'm terrified. My mom's texting me nonstop, literally about to call the police. I'm gonna run out of time, but posting part 2 today.
So my boyfriend is a fisherman, and he's been gone for a month. And I haven't seen him for a month. Yesterday he decided that he's coming home for like 2-3 days. And instead of asking me if I wanted to hang out with him, he picked up his friend on his way home from Maine. We live in Massachusetts. And hung out with him. And then told me that we could hang out today, which is Friday. I was like wicked excited. I did my hair, did my makeup, did everything. Right? And then he tells me, "Oh, well, my friend's still here, so, like, I don't really want to hang out. Like, it's going to be awkward." So, whatever. And now he just told me that I'm being too controlling. Because I want to hang out. And I haven't seen my boyfriend in a month. And now I'm being too controlling because I want to hang out with him? Okay.